Students, welcome you all again in the world of virtual learning. Hope you all are fine. So, today we are going to start our new chapter of class 8, that is chapter 4, materials, metals and non-metals. So, students, everything around us that has weight and occupies space is metal or non-metal. Okay, for example, the glass in which you drink milk, the car in which you travel, the jewelry that your mother wears, the gas you breathe in, all these matter are around you made up of metals or non-metals. In this chapter we will learn more about metals and non-metals. There is a vast variety of substances that we come across in our lives. Some are natural and some are man-made. So first, what are metals? We use metals extensively in our daily life, like from the tip of your pen to the automobiles, the wires, jewelry, etc. all are made up of metals. For example, iron, copper, tin, gold, all are the metals. Non-metals, sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, etc. are non-metals. In general, they are so hard and they have very dull appearance. Okay, students? So, in the next slide, we will learn about physical properties of metals and non-metals. So, first property of the metals and the non-metal is physical state. Students, most of the metals are solid at room temperature. Okay, only one metal is there which exists in the liquid state at room temperature, that is mercury. Metals do not exist in the gaseous state. Okay, if we talk about non-metals, non-metal exists in all the three states like metals, solid, liquid and gases. Okay, non-metals like sulfur, phosphorus and carbon are solid. Okay, hydrogen, oxygen exist in the gaseous states. Only bromine is the metal which exists in the liquid state only. Okay, students? So next property is the malleability and the brittleness. This is the property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets. This is called meltable. This is a characteristics property of metal, students. Okay, so what happens in this? Suppose you are having three blocks, like one of iron and second one is of gold, and one you are having non-metal, that is carbon. When you start hammering it, what you will observe? They will turn into thin sheets when you hammer it. Okay, both the metals will turn into thin sheets. Means these metals show the property of malleability. If we talk about carbon, what happens when you start hammering the carbon? The carbon turns into a powdery substance. Okay, it does not turn into the sheets. This means the non-metals do not show the property of malleability. The property due to which the non-metals break up into pieces on hammering, that is called brittleness. Okay, when the non-metals beaten with hammer, they turn into powdery substance which is called brittleness. Okay, non-metals such as hydrogen, oxygen exist in the gaseous states. Bromine, liquid exist in the liquid states, as we have learnt in the previous slide. Okay, so because of these properties of metal, they are very useful to us. For example, aluminium foils are used to wrap food. They are also used to make medicine wrappers. The iron sheets or the aluminium sheets are also to make utensils like glass, you can see in the picture. Okay, students? So the next property of the metal is the ductility. Now what is ductility? The property by which the metals can be drawn into wires. Okay, that is called ductility. So again we are taking the block of two metals and one non-metal, students. If you stretch metal piece, like if you are stretching the iron block, okay, or stretching the gold block, what you will observe that they will turn into thin wire, students. Okay, but if we talk about the non-metal, when you stretch the carbon piece or the coal piece, we can see it will break into two halves. Okay, or break into many pieces. Okay, this shows that metal shows the properties of ductility but non-metals do not. Gold, silvers are the among best ductile metals. Okay, the wire inside the electric cables are mostly made up of copper. Okay, students. Iron wires are also used for various purposes. Students, aluminium wires, copper wires, these are made to used to make wires are also made to very showpieces, jewelry and all. Okay, so here from this you learn that metals shows the property of ductility and non-metals do not. Next property of the metals are sonority. Now what is sonority? The property of producing a ringing sound by any object when it strike hard material is called sonority. Means when any object produce sound, means that objects having the property of sonority. If we talk about metals, here you can see in the picture, pan is there, bell is there, and coins are there, right? When when a pan slips from your hand, it goes down the floor, then it produces sound, right? When you ring the temple bell, it produces a loud sound, right? When the coins falls on the floor, or a drop an iron sheet on the floor, it produces some kind of sound, right? That sound producing objects are made up of metals. Okay students, when a coal piece fall from your hand on the floor, would it produce any sound? No, because non-metals do not have the property of sonority. Okay students, lots of materials are made with metals like wind chime, a bell, guitar, strings are made of metals. When you plug the strings, it produces sound, right? So metals are having the property of sonority. Next property is the conductivity of electricity. All metals are good conductor of electricity. Okay students, silver metal is the best conductor of electricity. Copper wires are used in household wirings. Aluminium wire is used in electrical cables because copper and aluminium are good conductors of electricity. Okay students, so if we talk about the non-metals are the poor conductor of electricity. For example, sulfur and phosphorus are non-metals, they do not conduct electricity. Only non-metal which is very good conductor of electricity is graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity, which is a non-metal. So here I'll ask you a question, students. Can you hold a metallic pen which is without a plastic or a wooden handle and you not get hurt? Is it possible? Means you are holding a pan from one side but it's not having any plastic or wooden handle. Would it be able you are able to hold the hot pan? No, it's not possible. You feel harm to your hands if you directly touch a hot pan, right? You will have a burning sensations, right? So because the metals are good conductors of electricity, that's why the pans are provided with the wooden or the plastic handles. Okay, next we can say utensils are made up of aluminium or the silver. They are also having the plastic handles, or those who are having no handle, you have to hold it with any sunny and all, right? Conductors of non-metals bad conductor, right? Because plastic do not elect electricity, that's why do not conduct the heat, that's why we are able to find it easily, hold it with the handle, right? As you know, electrician use screwdrivers. It's one end having plastic covering, right, from where you hold it, and one end is having iron tip, through which you can check the current, right? So this is the property of conductivity of electricity, students. From this you can, I think, got clear that metals are good conductors and the non-metals are bad conductors of electricity. Okay students, so next is the luster. The word luster means shining surface, or you can say the property appearance. If most of the metals are lustrous and they have a shining surface, this property is called metallic luster. The shiny surface of metals makes them good reflectors because of their metallic luster. Like gold, silver, platinum are good for making jewelry and decorative articles. Okay students, non-metals do not have any shiny appearance like metals. They have dull appearance. However, iodine, graphite, wood, plastic, they show some luster only. Okay students, so hope these properties are clear to you. Thank you.